All right. So, this is part 3 of our Cataclysm series, surviving the Cataclysm. In the last part, we found an atomic coffee maker. We made a cudgel, and we looted this house, this duplex up here. Okay, well we looted the duplex partially because we got full on our inventory. We had to leave. But in the last video, I covered uh, looting during the day and how you can use these craters to lure zombies into the craters to safely get rid of them without having to kill them or fight them. And then we looted some part of this duplex. So now what I will do to show this next part off. Actually no, I'm not. Actually no, I'm gonna cut that. All right, so what we're gonna do next? I'm gonna move back up here, and we're gonna go back to looting this house. There you go. Just eat while we're in here. There's no reason not to. The Baker's Companion. Okay, so I'll go over books. Under the Hood's a good book. Okay, so I'll go over books in a minute. Grab the solder. Grab that book, sure. Let's grab the rolled sleeping bag actually, so we can use it to sleep in. No medicine, no medicine down there. Okay, rubber hose. You do want a rubber hose, and they're easy to get. I'll show you to get a rubber hose if you can't find one. So, to get a rubber hose, you simply walk up to a fridge, and you just bash down the fridge. And in the remains of the fridge scrap, you'll see a rubber hose. Also, you get pipe fittings. Pipe fittings from busting down fridges too. And so there's a brainless zombie, like kind of after us now. Yeah, see, he grabbed us, but we broke out the grab before he could do anything damaging to us. Yeah. You don't need to kill the brainless zombies. Just ignore what I just did. Don't try to kill them. It's kind of risky to kill them because they can grab you really easily. We're gonna loot this next house too. So we'll grab the AAA guide, computer roll. Mechanical Mastery is a really good book to grab. So books are really important in this game, and I'll go over why later, or in another part at least. Yeah, we'll just break it through the windows. A runner pack. So a runner pack is not good. It's very minimally encumbering, but it doesn't carry much. A sling pack is also minimally encumbering, but also carries very little. What are we wearing? We're wearing jeans. Pretty sure cargo pants carry more than jeans. We're gonna wear the cargo pants, and we're gonna use U. So one keybind I've changed is unload item and unload container. Don't worry about these keybinds, but you want unload item. You're gonna press. I think it's bound to U by default. I set it to shift U, capital U. But if you press U, you should be able to unload these jeans. Unloading the jeans will put everything in the pockets somewhere else. So we moved all the stuff in our pockets of our jeans to our cargo pants. We're dropping our jeans on the ground. We're taking them off. Because now we have cargo pants. Okay, there's a normal zombie. So now we have to kill this zombie or deal with him. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna lure him over here to the bike. Okay, we actually get 4 attacks on normal zombies if they walk onto a 400 move cost space because of our cudgel's attack speed. Actually, we get more like 5 swings. Yeah, we get more like 5 swings with our like really high speed. Okay, yeah, that brainless zombie doesn't need to be like worried about. I don't think we need either of these books, so I'm gonna ignore those. There's no zombie down there. We'll use the tables, I guess. Oh, okay. Well, okay. I have changed our. Okay, well, we just got grabbed, and then they did bite us for a little bit of damage, but we're fine. So yeah, there's zombies just like basically coming out of absolutely nowhere now. So that happens sometimes. If it makes no sense that there's just like 4 zombies coming around the corner after you, yeah, that's just Cataclysm. Like, that's all I can say. That's just Cataclysm. See, because just when you thought there was like the end of the zombies, like there's just more coming out of literally nowhere. As it may seem. We're gonna bring him to our usual spot, the crater. I'm making sure to pass time by pressing 5 to stand still, basically, and pass time so they catch up to me. Well, they'll follow us into the pit now, so we're just gonna hold 5, pass time as they all drop into the pit. Okay, so our pain is now at 7 because we got hit a few times. Our speed hasn't started going down, though. We're not in enough pain for it to matter. You know, I don't think I mentioned. If you press, Shift and then right bracket, you can open this menu. By default, your health and pain stat will not be visible, like number-wise. However, if you press Tab to turn health off, and you press Tab to turn self-aware health on, it'll show the numbers again. It'll show the numbers, if you're curious how I can see those numbers or not. I forgot to mention that sooner. Is there anything decent we can kill zombies with here? I guess we could just use these counters. Of course she grabs me and I don't break the grab. Yeah, of course. The classic Cataclysm. Alright, so we're bleeding. I'll show you this now. So okay, so now we're in a bit of a less, we're in less good shape now. So I'm bleeding. I'm gonna actually drop my cudgel on the floor to make sure my hands are free and open. While your hands are open and free and you're not wielding anything in your hands, if you press 5 on the keyboard, you'll put pressure on the bleeding wounds. You know, you can stop your bleeding with your bare hands by just, pressing 5 on the number pad to pass time. So, if you're wondering how to do that, yeah. Make sure your hands are completely empty, though. Grab that. We're gonna grab... We're not gonna grab that battery. That battery's, like, almost dead. Peanut butter... Oh, we're full? Oh, we are full. Okay. Also, if you're wondering somehow how, like, the way the storage system works up here, you have free volume and you have weight, carry weight. This storage system is complicated, so if it seems like it says you're full but you're not because you have a little bit of space left, don't worry about it. Because you'll generally never be able to fill your pockets all the way up to the very, very, very brim and be 100% full. Usually that's just not going to happen because the way the pocket system works. I'm not going to explain how it works. There's no point explaining it right now, but yeah, there's a reason for it. I'll say that. So, we took some damage. We got some more like food and stuff as loot. We're gonna drop the candle, the laptop, the coffee maker. We're gonna actually hang on these books real quick. We're gonna drop all this crafting materials. We're gonna go downstairs, and that sleeping bag we found. We're gonna drop the sleeping bag right here on this. Actually, first we're gonna press A, and we're gonna unroll the sleeping bag, and then with the sleeping bag unrolled, we're gonna drop it. So now the sleeping bag is unrolled, and now we have a place to sleep. That's much more comfortable than normal. Now we don't have any medication down here, and I don't think we got any first aid kits up here if I remember right. Yeah, if I remember, we didn't get any first aid kits to spawn up here, unfortunately. But okay, so books. Books are how you increase your skill. Your skills without actually having to do anything. So if you press capital R, Shift R, you'll open the read menu, and then you can pick to read a book. You see how these books are red? The red books mean you haven't read them yet, or you haven't looked through them yet, so you don't know what they do. If you read a book, like let's read AAA Guide for example. if you look in the menu here, it says on the right in the log, it says you skim through the AAA guide to find out what's in it, and then it tells you what it does basically. Now, if you notice, this book will train our vehicle skill to 3, and requires us to have, and you know, there's no requirement of skill to be able to read it. It takes 30 minutes per chapter with our current character. So there's that. However, AAA guide is not useful. Your vehicle skill is of minimal importance, so we're going to drop that book on the ground. Computer World will train our computer skill to 1 from 0. Computer World is nice to get your first initial level of computer skill. The computer skill is very important for very specific things. I'm not going to go over why it's important right now, but I will say it does have some use for very specific cases. So we'll drop that book on the counter now. We will read Mechanical Mastery. Mechanical Mastery requires us to have 3 mechanic skill to read, but it can bring our mechanic skill up to 6 from 3. So that's a good book. Books can also teach you crafting recipes, as this Mechanical Mastery does. If you see it's pink colored. Pink colored books means we cannot read them, but we will in the future be able to read them if we level the right skills or have the right intelligence. So we're gonna drop the Mechanical Mastery book. If you notice, also blue books means you can read them, and you have skills you can gain by reading them. Still. So if we read the Baker's Companion, it requires us to have 0 food handling. No, it requires us to have 2 food handling to understand. But it can bring our food handling to 5. It requires 8 intelligence as well. Now, it's important to note that some end game books can require you to have 10 or higher intelligence. So that's very important to remember. Is some books require higher than 8, the base intelligence of 8, to read properly. Otherwise, you'll read it very slowly. Essential Oil Enthusiast Handbook. That is a applied science. We need 4 applied science to read it. And we need 10 intelligence to read it easily. So this book would take forever for us to read because we're not smart enough to read this book apparently. Under the Hood. Under the Hood requires us to have 0 mechanics skill and can bring our mechanics to 3. Under the Hood is a very good book because it is how you get your first initial few levels in the mechanic skill. And the mechanic skill is really important, and I'm not going to really explain why in detail, but the mechanic skill is more relevant to explain than the computers, because mechanics is skills what you need to know to work on cars and vehicles and get your first vehicle going. Vehicles are a very important step in Cataclysm, and finding a good one is of utmost importance. And having this book allows you to get your first initial few levels of mechanics, so you can work on cars without having to do a lot of tedious grinding. Now there is a problem with not a problem, but a quirk with the skill system. Let me open this menu. Wait, Shift P will open the log, so you can scroll through it. You can't see it here, but so you have 2 different levels. So your skills are actually, so these skills here, they're tracked in different ways. So you have 2 different values for each skill. You have practical skill and theoretical skill. Reading books gains you theoretical skill. Theoretical skill is your overall knowledge of a skill. And your theoretical skill can be used for things such as crafting recipes and like installing or taking out vehicle parts. Practical skill can only be gained by actively doing things that train that skill. So, for example, if we read a book that levels our fabrication or can teach us fabrication, let's say if we read a book to raise our fabrication to 3, Our theoretical fabrication would be level 3, but we would still be at 2.5 practical fabrication. And until we trained our fabrication through actual crafting with fabrication, our fabrication practical skill would be behind our theoretical. So there's a difference, but it's not worth stressing about. It's there. I will note though, there is a difference between practical and theoretical. If you want more detail on it, I will probably do a small side video on a topic like that. So if you once again, if you think something's worth making a video on, or if you want me to explain it in more detail, leave it in the comments below. I will consider adding it onto the next videos I make in one of the next parts, or I'll make its own separate several minute video where I, use cheats or something in the debug menu to explain something in much better detail and in a controlled environment, so to speak. So yeah, absolutely, ask away. I will note our pain is currently reducing our speed by 6%, and we're only at 14 pain, which is very little. Pain will very quickly screw you over. And pain is probably one of the most deadliest things in this game. And I cannot stress enough how important it is to keep that as low as possible. Because healing from these injuries, no big deal, whatever. We've taken a few hits to our arms and head and torso now, but this means literally nothing. We can heal this up in like one sleep, basically, if we take care of ourselves. However, this pain will kill us, but will get us killed before these will drop to 0. Because if you have like 70 to 80 pain up here, you're basically dead. Your speed will be so heavily penalized, everything will be faster than you, and all of a sudden you can no longer outrun zombies. If that happens, you are very dead unless you can get your pain under control really quickly, or somehow outmaneuver the zombies in such a way you don't need to be moving really fast. This is very important to keep in control. Now we will go ahead and eat a little bit, and we're gonna read. Let's read a few chapters of our Under the Hood book. So you pick to read, and you wait a bit to read. I'm just reading to pass time until night, basically. So it is now nighttime. So we're gonna drop this book. We're gonna eat. We're gonna eat some butter. By the way, it may seem awful and like you should just grab it and eat it plain. Butter is amazing. Butter gives you so much calorie value out of very little stomach space. And that's no joke. That is a thing in this game, is like calories and stomach space. That does matter a lot. So it is now nighttime. At night, as you see, our night vision is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces. We can see 5 spaces in all directions at night. If you do not have the night vision perk, I'll show you through the debug menu real quick. Let's see, mutate, yes. Night vision. So without night vision, our sight range is only up to 3 right now. This is awful, and this distance, zombies can see you at this distance at night, because they have night vision equal to us. But with night vision, our sight range is farther than the zombies will have night vision, which is really important to note. Alright, so you know what? Let's go to a different part of town. Alright, so we're gonna make sure we do not need to turn on a light. You do not want to use a light source while you're night raiding. Lighting up the place will only make zombies see you. Okay, so he sees us. We're gonna lure him away though. This bush will help us kill him. Okay, he's being a troll right now. Yeah, he's being an absolute troll. Gotta love this game. We will kill him though. He's pretty easy to kill. There's another zombie. Yeah, okay. Well, there's 2 zombies now. We're gonna lure them into this forest here. Okay, yeah. Also, our cudgel got damaged by the force of the blow. So now our cudgel sucks. Because hitting stuff with the cudgel sucks. So honestly, I think I'm gonna say the cudgel's trash, actually. They, like... At some point in the game, without me realizing it, the devs, like, destroyed the cudgel. Like, balance-wise. Like, this thing sucks now. Because, like, the strength of the cudgel was you could craft it, like, at the very beginning of the game with no skills required. We'll grab the Chapman Field. Of course, the book. But yeah. The fact that, like, you now need level 1 melee to craft it. They're gonna break in that window, aren't they? You need level 1 melee to craft it. Meat cleaver. Oh yeah, meat cleaver is the one the good knife you want to look for. So the fact that it requires level 1 melee and 2 fabrication now, and the fact that, like, it's still not a durable weapon that breaks really easily, that really sucks. Okay, we're gonna grab the vitamins and the painkiller. Now be careful when you go into these. Okay, if there's zombies after you, be careful which rooms you go into, because you don't want to go into a room with a dead end. You always want to have a way out. There's nothing else I really want in this house. We're gonna just move on. Now, because our weapon sucks, we're gonna just avoid combat, because this thing is just not that good. So honestly, don't craft the cudgel. In hindsight, it's a waste of time to me. If you need a weapon to kill stuff, codeine. Codeine's good. Alcohol wipes. Peroxide. There's only 2 peroxide though. Yeah, in hindsight, don't make the cudgel. It sucks. Just stick to the quarterstaff. So awesome. Monthly beauty magazine. Self-esteem for dummies. Let's go to the beauty magazine. I think that's for tailoring. I could be wrong though. There's a pot. Let's grab a pot. I think we would need pots for crafting stuff sometimes. Spam, raviolis, bread, sports drinks, cheese spread, graham crackers. A cast iron frying pan. That's pretty good. It's got a lot of, like, use, but we don't need one of those. The peanut butter. Let's grab. Let's grab more maple syrup. We'll grab the BLTs and the butter, the cheese. Oh, we're just gonna grab some more food. Okay, we're full on space again. We will look over here though, because we can drop stuff if we need some, if there's something I see we want before we, like, start leaving. Combat boots, poor fit. No, we're gonna put those. We will check down here in this basement. Be careful going down into basements. Basements can be really dangerous. Like, seriously, they can be a huge problem. Yeah, we'll grab these books. We're not gonna grab the Discobulus book. That book sucks. Workshop toolbox. It's got a hammer in it. We'll drop our makeshift hammer and use the real hammer. Oh, there's a baseball bat. Okay, well, I'm throwing the cudgel away. We found a baseball bat. Baseball bats are incredible melee weapons. So if you can find one, absolutely grab it. Grab the baseball bat. Sewing kit's really nice. We want a sewing kit for sure. We don't really need anything else. You could put the dust mask on if you really wanted to. There is a purpose to wearing a dust mask, but it's not that important for our character specifically. I'm gonna take the battery out of the flashlight. Yeah, let's look down here. Advanced physical chemistry. Yeah, let's grab that. Leather backpack. That's just better than what we got, isn't it? Yeah, so we're gonna wear the backpack. We're gonna unload our messenger bag. Okay, why is our crowbar like obsessed with? Okay, we have nowhere else to put the crowbar. The messenger bag must have a pocket for it that we don't have anywhere else. That crowbar, I guess we don't really need that crowbar. I'll make another one if we really need one. So I'm not gonna worry about the crowbar. It's no big deal to not have the crowbar. Okay, there's a zombie up there. Yeah, I'm only hitting him once per turn because I'm trying once per move because I'm trying to be really careful. I do not want to give him a chance to hit me. But I want to kill him because he's kind of annoying. Since we swapped to that backpack, we have more space to carry stuff now, so we're gonna be careful of that brainless zombie. We're just gonna shut the door on him. There is a tough zombie in this room. So, we will make our way out this window. And this tough zombie will be a little bit more annoying to deal with, because he's faster. Stop breaking stuff. Our baseball bat has a knockback attack. Okay, well yeah, of course he gets a grab. I do with that misc repair kit. What much do I need to get rid of that? I guess I'll get rid of I'll get rid of the graham crackers for it. I don't have space for it still? Okay. Forget the cereal then. Give me the repair kit! Oh, it's really long, that's why. Forget it then. I'll take my food back. There's a charcoal smoker, not that we really need that. The whole hunting and butchering and living off the land, smoking meat and all that, that's not something you need to do. But that's an idea for a future video that I will go over, is like the whole living off the land thing. I can do that in its own separate like video series or something. Okay, I want that chemistry set. Absolutely. Chemistry for Kids is a good book that teaches you your first bit of applied science, and that's really hard to get. There's a zombie here, but I'm gonna grab the biscuits. Never mind. No space? What do you mean no space? I guess it's because it's too long. Yeah, see, she got a grab even though like. Okay, we're now apparently too slow to get in a single swing before they get their turn. So we have to lure them to a bush now, fight them on a bush. The game is being an absolute troll again though. I'm bleeding, but I'm not gonna worry about the bleeding too much. Come on, get over here. When the game wants to troll you, it will. Or minimize your chances of being attacked, is my point. Yeah, you can use this what I taught you here to sneak around, avoid zombies whenever possible. mean, we're just gonna shut the door on them. We're gonna shut the door and we're just gonna leave him to beat on that door. Because we'll be gone before he catches up to us anyways. But yeah, so you could use this night raiding stuff as an example. There's a lot more I could go into detail about, but we will look at this car real quick. It's got a faulty engine. It's got working tanks. It's got a car battery. It has wheels. The faulty engine, though, I don't know what's wrong with the engine, and you can't see and check what the engine's problem is in the dark, unfortunately. Okay, well apparently there's a zombie just destroying the car, so we have a persistent cockroach following us. Oh, there's a cougar after us now. That's cool. Yeah, we're just gonna head back. This game is like starting to really kill us, so. Yeah, be careful of random wildlife too. Random wildlife's more of a threat than zombies are. We're gonna get really far away and then we're gonna drop our baseball bat. We're gonna pause to stop the bleeding, grab our bat again. We're gonna head back to the shelter. Because we need to... We got some medicine and stuff, so we can use that to take care of our injuries and stuff. Because we need to stop and take care of ourselves now. We don't have any bandages. We have alcohol wipes though, so we're gonna use alcohol wipes to... Oh yeah, I guess I should explain this. Alright, so you're gonna press the Shift E bind I told you about. Or I told you to set up in the previous, in part 1. And then you're going to go to medication. This is where you can apply your medicine. So you can use alcohol wipes, and then you can pick each body part that needs to be disinfected. It is very important you disinfect and bandage your injuries even if they're not bleeding or infected, because when you do that, when you disinfect and bandage your injuries, they will heal faster. Take an ibuprofen. Take a multivitamin. Oh yeah, also take multivitamins once a day. Always take your multivitamin once per day. But yeah, so we're going to actually move our books closer to the computer. Don't mind what I'm doing. I'm just doing some inventory management because I'm being a bit obsessive over it, but we're gonna haul our books close to the computer. We're gonna glance through these books to just read what they all do. We're not gonna read them. We're just gonna look through them. So we've looked through them. Okay, so if you notice some of these books are white in name. These books means there's nothing for us to gain from reading it. So that means there's no point to read those books anymore. Also, cudgel. I've learned in this video actually. Cudgel sucks. It is kind of crap. It damages very easily, and yeah, it's not the good stats anyways. It's a worse quarterstaff. Just make a quarterstaff if you need a weapon. It takes 1 fabrication and like nothing else. One fabrication and a long stick to make a +3 staff with a +3 weapon with 15 bash, 95 moves, and several good melee techniques. It's good. But yeah, so if you watch our... Let's read a little bit. So let's read the chemistry science for kids. We'll read a bit of that book. As you see, our injuries are actually healing up while we're doing this. A little bit. So we're tired now. That's all I wanted to do. Taking our ibuprofen real quick. And we will now sleep. So yeah, we're gonna drink some melted frozen lemonade. That sounds great. Drink some clean water. Oh yeah, see how it says we're overweight from eating a bunch? This is the weight you want to be at. You want to be overweight. Do not get more overweight than this though. Do not eat more than this. If you're overweight, don't just cut down how much you eat. and just try to keep your weight in the overweight category. Don't go over and don't go under. So we'll eat some like less filling things, or some less satiating things, so we don't, uh, you know, gain too much weight. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the video here. This video's gone on long enough. But yeah, as I said in the last part, don't forget to leave any questions or comments below. I'll reply to them when I see fit. I'll reply to the ones that are worth replying. Is my point. I don't know what I'm gonna do in the next video. I could just keep playing this character, and just cut to it whenever I'm doing things. But so this isn't supposed to be this playthrough isn't supposed to be like a super detailed step-by-step process of new game to end game kind of tutorial. This is just a guide on how to teach you your first few days of Cataclysm and how to kind of like approach the game to survive longer than that. Experimentation is my point. Experimentation is key, and that's how you really learn this game, is by experimenting and figuring out what does and doesn't work on your own. So thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video, and yeah.